Hello, here I am again. This is number 2 video. I'm going to talk, if you want to have a title for this one, it would be called Art. Because art is, I run an art center and I want to, I love making art, and that may be something that I will pursue. Actually, I definitely will pursue it. I don't know if it's something that, I could sell anything from it, but that's not important. The important part is that I feel I love to make art. So, when I was a kid, there was a board game by Milton Bradley from Chicago, Illinois. Milton Bradley, who made the Monopoly game, but they also had a game called Masterpiece. And in it, there were famous paintings that you could play a little game and sell them for different prices and everything. So I don't even remember how it works, but that's not important. The important part is that it was an exposure to art, and it wasn't until probably 40 years later that I actually went to the Art Institute of Chicago and realized that Milton Bradley was based in Chicago. And so those paintings that I saw in Masterpiece were in the collection of the Art Institute of Chicago. Wow. Okay, so fast forward to when I was about 21 or 22, and I took a trip to San Francisco by myself, probably about 1981 or 2, maybe 3, but probably not, probably 2. And I went to the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art, where they were having an amazing exhibit of Keith Haring, Kenny Scharf, Ed Kleinholz, among others. And that was, I really loved that. I really loved Keith Haring. I really loved the work of Kenny Scharf, which was really cutting edge at that time. And, that's another art experience that I had. Fast forward to the 1990s, and fast forward to the 1990s. And in the 1990s, I was living in an apartment. It had there's nothing on the walls, and I want to have something on the walls. And so I don't know why, but I got the Pottery Barn catalog in the mail, and I looked through there and I saw art, and I said, I can make that, which is not always true, but I said I could make that. And I picked out a couple of things to paint. So I went and bought paint, and I bought a canvas, and I painted something that I really, really, really liked. And, I still have it. It's on my wall. But only when I started working here at Lux 10 years ago or 11 years ago, did I realize that I had painted a copy of a Rothko. So Rothko is an amazing artist, famous artist, and he does little blocks of color that make you feel a certain way. And so that was another art experience that I had. Working here at the Lux, Gladys Lux was a person who was a great artist. She taught at Nebraska Wesleyan in the 20s, 30s, 40s. She bought the building that the Lux is in and gave it to the Lux. And she believed and said that within everyone, there is an artist. And part of that, I want to say, I want to add to that, it's like this old joke that there used to be when somebody was in New York and they ask a person on the street, how do you get to Broadway? And the person says, practice. So the reason I'm telling that story is a lot of times people tell me that, I have no artistic inclinations. They believe you have to be born with this innate talent to be an artist. No, you just have to have a desire to be the artist, and you just have to practice and practice and practice and practice and practice until you get it right, until you get what you want, until you get something that's worth something to other people. And when I say worth something, I mean emotionally, all kinds of things. And also it's important for you as an artist to express yourself and get the things that are inside of you out through your painting. I know not all painters are that way, but many are. The kids that come into our classes and do that, they often have, they often create self-expression, do self-expression through the things that they paint and draw in our classes. So here I am. I'm about a year away from retirement. I'm sitting here in the Lux classroom, and I took a class about a week. I took a 3-week class. It was supposed to be 4 weeks, but I was sick one day. But I came into the class and I wanted to paint this. I've known for a very long time that I wanted to paint this picture from the LA Times. It's kind of a sad, emotional picture. But I thought it's a photograph, but it looks like a painting already. And so I started painting it, and I didn't paint an exact original, and I'm still in progress. I'm not finished with this, but this is what I have so far, and I kind of like it. So, I'm going to keep doing that until I get good at it. I really, really enjoy what I love best about making art and sitting and doing art is I put down this thing that that we all hold in our hands all day long, and I really pick up a paintbrush and I look at the canvas and I try to put something on it for about 3 or 4 hours, and it's focusing on something that's not going a mile a minute on the phone. And I really enjoy that peace and serenity. So that's what I wanted to share about art. I'm going to think about how I can integrate art into my life in the future, take more classes for sure, and hopefully, can do something with it. That is another story from my retirement journey. Thank you.